Today, we celebrate a new group of Americans who dedicated their careers to serving our democracy in other essential ways. Some of you I've known and worked for a long time, none longer than Ted Kaufman. Others I've admired your character from afar. You're all, and I mean this sincerely, you're all incredible.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is the nation's highest civilian honor, awarded to people who have made significant contributions to the United States and the world. Recently, President Biden announced 19 distinguished recipients, recognizing their exceptional leadership and impactful work across various fields. Among these honorees is George Soros, whose inclusion has sparked intense debate and controversy. Meaning of the medal.
It was a star-studded event here at the White House. The Presidential Medal of Freedom recipients represent a wide range of accomplishments in areas like philanthropy, politics, sports, and the arts. It's the nation's highest civilian honor, and the White House says it's reserved for people who have made exemplary contributions to the prosperity, values, or security of the United States, world peace, or significant societal, public, or private endeavors.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom stands as the pinnacle of civilian accolades in the U.S., symbolizing the nation's recognition of people who've made exceptional contributions to various facets of society. Established by President John F. Kennedy in 1963, the medal honors those whose achievements have significantly impacted the national fabric, spanning the arts, sciences, public service, and humanitarian efforts. President Biden's recent announcement of 19 recipients underscores the diverse range of contributions that shape and enhance American life and global progress. The Presidential Medal of Freedom not only celebrates personal achievement, but also serves as a barometer for the values and ideals that the nation seeks to promote. But the selection process is not without its challenges, as it involves subjective judgments about what constitutes an exemplary contribution. The inclusion of controversial figures, such as George Soros, in the roster of honorees highlights the complexities and potential pitfalls of awarding such a prestigious honor. Philanthropic titan or controversy king?
I don't like you, Joe. What you just did over the weekend was uncalled for. So the radical leftist George Soros was given the Medal of Freedom by Biden.
Among the 19 recipients, George Soros stands out as a particularly contentious choice. Renowned for his extensive philanthropic endeavors, Soros has donated billions to various causes through his Open Society foundations, supporting democracy, education, and human rights initiatives worldwide. His efforts in promoting open societies and combating authoritarianism have earned him both admiration and criticism. Supporters laud Soros for his unwavering commitment to social justice, transparency, and equality, seeing him as a champion for marginalized communities and a catalyst for positive change. They highlight his contributions to fostering democratic institutions, supporting free speech, and aiding communities in crisis through initiatives like the Open Society Foundations. But detractors argue that Soros wields disproportionate influence in political and economic spheres, often pushing agendas that align with his personal ideologies. Conspiracy theories and unfounded allegations have further fueled the controversy, painting him as a manipulative force behind global events. These narratives are often amplified by extremist groups and certain political factions, portraying Soros as a puppet master orchestrating societal changes for personal gain or ideological dominance. This dichotomy of perception makes him a polarizing figure. The controversy surrounding Soros is not merely about his philanthropic activities, but also about the perception of his influence. Critics contend that his financial contributions to various causes and political campaigns grant him undue sway over public policy and societal norms. This perception is compounded by the rise of misinformation and disinformation campaigns that seek to undermine his reputation, often linking him to a myriad of unfounded conspiracies. Reactions to Soros receiving the medal.
You know, all presidents do this. Donald Trump gave the Medal of Freedom to Miriam Adelson, one of his top donors. He gave it to a bunch of sports athletes and people like Tiger Woods. This is what presidents do.
The announcement of Soros as a Medal of Freedom recipient has elicited a spectrum of reactions, from the public and political figures alike. Advocates of the decision highlight his significant contributions to fostering open societies, supporting democratic institutions, and providing humanitarian aid in crisis-stricken regions. They argue that his philanthropic legacy aligns with the values the medal seeks to honor, emphasizing the tangible impacts of his work on global peace and prosperity. Supporters believe that recognizing Soros underscores the importance of private philanthropy in addressing societal challenges and promoting democratic values, especially in regions plagued by authoritarianism and conflict. On the other hand, critics have voiced strong opposition, contending that Soros' influence over political processes and his support for progressive causes pose threats to national sovereignty and traditional values. Some conservative commentators and political leaders have gone so far as to label him a puppet master orchestrating societal changes, despite the lack of any concrete evidence supporting the claims. This backlash underscores the deep-seated divisions within the political landscape, where Soros' persona becomes a symbol for broader ideological conflicts. The controversy surrounding his award highlights the challenges in balancing recognition of genuine contributions with the contentious nature of a person's legacy. And the reaction to Soros receiving the Medal of Freedom extends beyond partisan lines, touching on broader themes of influence, power, and the role of philanthropy in democracy. Honor or hype?
For the final time as president, I have the honor of bestowing the Medal of Freedom on our nation's highest civilian honor on a group of extraordinary, truly extraordinary people.
Honoring figures like George Soros with the Presidential Medal of Freedom goes beyond individual recognition, highlighting significant societal and political implications. It prompts questions about the criteria for selecting recipients, especially when their actions are viewed through polarized lenses. Including controversial individuals can either bridge divides by embracing diverse perspectives or deepen conflicts by endorsing contentious ideologies. The public's reception of such honors can shape future nominations and affect the award's integrity. And choosing divisive figures like Soros can impact public trust in national honors. It might create skepticism about the impartiality of the selection process, especially if perceived as influenced by partisan biases. Other recipients and their controversies.
The president also gave Liz Cheney and Benny Thompson the Presidential Citizens Medal for their work on the January 6th committee. Do you see a jab at Trump on his way out the door with that?
Potentially so. Again, this is what presidents do. Miriam Adelson being a good example of that. We could go back to Obama. Certainly a lot of Obama supporters. He gave awards to donors as well. So a lot of this is business as usual. And I was just in Asheville, North Carolina over the break. I saw the work that Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen did up close. It's still really bad out there. I was thrilled to see him honored. But what I saw also was the president who made the first Trump administration, or the candidate who made the first Trump administration happen, be decorated by the person who made the second Trump administration happen.
While George Soros garners significant attention, other recipients of the Presidential Medal of Freedom also embody elements of controversy and debate. For instance, Anna Wintour, the longtime editor-in-chief of Vogue, has faced criticism for her influence over fashion and cultural narratives, with some accusing her of perpetuating unrealistic beauty standards and contributing to body image issues among the public. Her role in shaping the fashion industry has made her a target for those who believe that the fashion world prioritizes superficial aesthetics over substantive social issues. Similarly, David M. Rubenstein and Tim Gill, despite their philanthropic efforts, have been scrutinized for their business practices and the extent of their political influence. Rubenstein, co-founder of the Carlyle Group, has been criticized for his role in the private equity firm's investments and the broader implications of private equity on the economy and labor markets. Tim Gill, known for his work in advancing LGBTQI+ rights, has also faced backlash from conservative groups who oppose his political and social agendas. Ralph Lauren, another recipient, has been both celebrated and critiqued for his contributions to the fashion industry and his philanthropic efforts. While he's lauded for redefining the fashion landscape and supporting charitable causes, some critics argue that his brand perpetuates consumerism and materialism, which can have negative societal impacts. Similarly, figures like Denzel Washington and Michael J. Fox, while widely respected for their contributions to the arts and advocacy, have their share of detractors who question their influence and the extent of their public personas. The media significantly influences how the public perceives Presidential Medal of Freedom recipients, especially controversial figures like George Soros and Hillary Clinton. Media coverage can both highlight achievements and amplify criticisms, shaping public opinion in profound ways. For George Soros, supportive outlets showcase his philanthropic efforts. In contrast, conservative media often focus on conspiracy theories and criticisms of his influence. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you believe the inclusion of Soros among the recipients is justified? Let us know in the comments section below.